Palantir is up massively after their fourth quarter earnings. This is mostly due to the revenue growth that we saw in the commercial sector in the United States. And the company attributes this to the AIP boot camps that they've been doing, and it has really increased deal velocity. If you remember earlier Palantir videos when the stock was trading around $5 and people asked, are you gonna sell? I talked about, I will sell this company when they start to lose customers and don't bring in new deals. That will be a very bad sign. And growth was indeed slowing down at that time, but now we're seeing it re-accelerate. So look at this. Plus 70% year on year for US commercial revenue. Those are fantastic numbers. And if we do a quick update here on share price for today, we can see that it's up almost 30% here on the day for these earnings. So amazing result for shareholders. Fantastic. On page 7 here we can see more about these AIP boot camps. So from 0 to use cases in 5 days or less. So this is a program where companies can build alongside the Palantir engineers and work towards this common goal of deploying AI in operations. They're clearly taking advantage of the AI revolution, and investors are taking notice. The highlights of the quarter was of course this huge revenue growth here that we saw in the financials, and it will be interesting to see if they are able to sustain or even accelerate this revenue growth, or if it will fall down like it did in the past where we saw slower growth. But indeed this is a very positive sign. I also remember talking about how this company was potentially eligible for an inclusion in the S&P 500. And that was the first quarter where there was EPS on a GAAP, level positivity in the earnings. And now they've had quite a few quarters here of GAAP profitability, and an inclusion is looking more and more likely, and that will put some buying pressure upwards on the shares here. So very good for shareholders indeed. I also found it interesting regarding profit margins. We've seen that the gross margin here for the company has continued to increase. There's a upwards mobility trend here. So 84 here in adjusted gross margin. Very good, and with increased velocity and more revenue, if this trend holds, then we could potentially see even greater profit margins in this case the gross margin. So quite the bullish quarter, and the company indeed deserves this huge gain that they've had today. It's interesting to see that some of the major financial power players such as Citi increased the target price here from $10 in the past to $20 now. So there's clearly some disbelief still in this stock. Reminds me a lot about Tesla in the early days, where target prices were far below what the stock was currently trading at. So clearly a retail favorite that's finally starting to deliver again. Alright, that's been it for this video, commenting on the fourth quarter earnings for Palantir. And as always, hope you guys make a ton of money, whatever investments you decide to make. Take care now. Bye bye.